won't go home. No, seriously, we gotta go home. We gotta get out of here. Willy is f***ing crazy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and of course, ridiculousness. And I was able to check out one that the trailer completely blew me away. I was looking forward to it. It's coming out tomorrow on VOD, and it's a crazy one, called Willy's Wonderland. A loner who exchanges work for car repairs soon finds himself waging a war against possessed animatronic mascots while trapped inside Willy's Wonderland. So is Willy's Wonderland Chuck E. Cheese dipped in a vat of LSD? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you thought of Willy's Wonderland, if you've already been able to see this one, or how excited are you for Nick Cage to just beating up all of these animatronics. Now let's get into some of the good. So it's no surprise that, yes, I was very excited for this Willy's Wonderland because it's Nick Cage getting locked in a building, beating up these fluffy Chuck E. Cheese type animatronics and whatnot. I mean, what else can you ask for? And I think that premise right there was something that reeled me in and kept me hooked and intrigued and kind of interested in this bizarre dark comedy kind of horror slasher tropey type B movie for sure. So I was on board for kind of the situation, the plot, the story here at hand, but Nick Cage as well was the another component or the other part of that really kept me intrigued. Honestly, my favorite part of this is Nick Cage cleaning all of the things in this essentially Willy's Wonderland, but then he finds this pinball table and he is just drinking beer or an energy drink or essentially like a Sparks or a Four Loko, and he's just playing pinball with like kind of a techno Willy's Wonderland theme song playing, and he was just having a great time with kind of sparkly and neon lights and whatnot. So that was the thing that really kept me intrigued. And even some of the animatronic dueling essentially between Nick Cage and these goofy Willy's Wonderland animatronics, they were brutal. Like, some of the stuff was holy crap, I could not believe what I was seeing. Specifically something in the bathroom with the gorilla. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna tease you here. However, getting into the cons of Willy's Wonderland, I was so excited for this movie. I was looking forward to it. But this movie is not for me. A lot of this movie is very cringy, put together at the last minute, doesn't hold up, doesn't hold together. I did not like Willy's Wonderland, and I think, again, going back to what I did like was Nick Cage. I like Nick Cage, but they chose to do a lot of creative choices or creative liberties in this movie that just did not land for myself. First of which is making Nick Cage essentially this silent protagonist. He says maybe 2 words throughout this whole movie, instead just grunting and kind of looks and screaming and whatnot. So I personally thought that was just a kind of choice that didn't land for myself. But then bringing in the other angle of essentially a tropey teenage slasher horror type movie of them being almost clueless, trying to save the day, trying to save the town, them fooling around even though there's a fuzzy little alligator over there that's gonna rip the boyfriend's arm off. It just felt like they ham-fisted in a classic teen 80s B-movie horror tropiness into this as well, that just completely took me out of what I was hoping for, what I really was enjoying. Honestly, if they went a little bit more of the grindhouse route and threw on some filters, made it very kind of like cheesy that way, I think it would have worked, but the way that they went just did not land for myself. And adding on to those teen tropiness and whatnot was the exposition. It felt very exhausting because I understood what was happening. Someone that is watching this movie, someone that's getting into this movie, you can kind of piece together what is happening. A guy goes here, there's sacrifices, and it's kind of a run all night, survive till the morning type movie. But when they kill the momentum by explaining what is happening, maybe a flashback, and they do this a couple times, maybe 3, maybe 4 times throughout this movie, it killed any sort of momentum and fun that I was having with this movie, because it's like, pause, we need to explain what's going on, and resume. So that really killed the momentum of the movie for myself. And it's those creative choices that I mentioned before that really hampered this for me. Like I said, some of the fight choreography was very brutal, and I like that. But there's CGI in this that is very wonky, very... You can tell that's CGI, which I understand because it's a small budget movie. But the fight choreography in other situations was very clunky, was very slow. They tried to use camera tricks to hide it and make it seem like it was a lot quicker, a lot scarier, a lot more action-packed, and it just felt clunky. It was slow and it was clunky, and I just couldn't get on board with Nick Cage kicking ass against these animatronic monsters and, you know, fun-loving weasels and whatnot when it just seemed so slow. But you tried to speed it up by using camera tricks and whatnot. And the camera, the way that this was shot, was one of the things that instantly took me out of this movie and honestly was nauseating. It made me sick at times because the way that they filmed it, the center focal point is clear, is crisp, all of that, but around the sides it's blurry, almost like a fisheye lens, bleeding out, very much being distorted of bodies and other objects. And I understand because it did ramp up the creep factor here or there. But a lot of the times with that camera effect, with it being so jump cutty and shaky cam, it made me sick. I have a headache right now from watching this movie. It was just, again, something that just did not connect with me. Creative choices that I think missed the mark. It's way too jump cutty to obviously make up for the fact that the choreography and a lot of the other aspects of it were very slow. So, shaky cam, if you're nauseating and get motion sickness, beware. Overall, Willy's Wonderland is, again, like I said, Chuck E. Cheese meets craziness and bash it together with Nick Cage in the middle. With myself being on board for the premise, some of the brutalness, and Nick Cage, but with several of the creative choices just falling flat for myself, from the teenage tropiness in it, exposition dumps, a shaky cam, clunky movements, and everything. I hate to say this, but I would skip out on Willy's Wonderland. I was looking so excited. I was looking forward to this movie. I wanted this to be great. But this movie, I just cannot get behind. It did not land for myself. Believe me, there's people that are going to love this. Maybe a cult classic type feel or a cultness to this movie. But for myself, it was a chore. It was a chore of a movie. In closing, I'm going to give Willy's Wonderland 2 out of 5 creepy weasels. So what did you all think of Willy's Wonderland? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you in the middle? Did you like some of it? Did you like Nick Cage? I want to know, seriously, all of your thoughts, because I feel like I might be in the minority. Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there, or right over there, you know, brand new content every single week here on the JBuck Studios channel. Obviously, WandaVision reaction coming tomorrow, following with a bunch of other Sundance stuff. I don't know what my schedule is. Follow all of my social media, especially my TikTok. I'm doing some fun things over there. Like this video, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.